I should mute this or at least turn it down. Alrighty, well here we freaking go. Gonna play some Starfox 2, and I guess I'm just gonna narrate this like it's a freaking episode, or something. Because I guess this is gonna become like an archived stream after I'm done with it, but whatever, let's do it. Starfox 2. I don't know who the random third person is that's watching this. Alright, so here we go. This is Starfox 2. Began development in 1993, around the time that Starfox 1 was released. And it's a game that was never fully released. This is a leaked final beta by some like disgruntled Nintendo employee from a few years back. And it's become kind of famous in that I mean, it's like one of the most famous games to have ever been released, and we're gonna give it a shot on hard mode. So this is I should say this before starting. This is an actual reproduction copy, like on a cartridge, and I'm playing this on an actual Super Nintendo. And I got this copy from this guy, Retro Gamer Ryan, and it's really well done. I'm surprised at how well it's put together. It's running on a regular old Super Effects chip like Starfox 1 would have. So it's got a few frame rate issues and a few like you probably see some bugs. It doesn't look super clean, obviously, because this game was meant to have been developed using a Super Effects chip 2, which was specifically for this game, but it was never released. So if it runs a bit odd, or runs a bit slow or laggy or does any weird stuff, I mean, just that's part of the game. If you play this on an emulator, you're going to be getting a much cleaner experience, but also a much faster experience. Because emulators, it's been widely debated for a long time as to how fast this game should run, because nobody really knows how powerful the Super Effects Chip 2 would have been. Here, adjust this mic. Yeah, nobody really knows how fast the Super Effects Chip 2 would have necessarily been, so emulators kind of just have free range as far as how fast they want to play the game. And it's kind of weird because some people play it on an emulator and say the game's so fast they can't control it, and other people say that you know, they play it on an SNES and it's too easy. But it's a really sweet game. Either way, I think this is probably the best way to play it on the SNES. I'm not really sure if this is how it should be running. It probably should run a little bit faster, but it controls really smoothly, at least in my opinion. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to explain this for anybody who's not played Star Fox 2 or doesn't know what Star Fox 2 is. It's funny, I've never actually played a Star Fox game besides this one, which I know is like a cardinal sin, but screw it, I'm playing this one. So the way this game works is, unlike Star Fox 1, which is a linear game, this one takes place in a real-time universe. You are... I'm going to go down here first. So you're flying around in real time as Andros attempts to fire these interplanetary ballistic missiles at Corneria, and you have to stop them in real time. And not only that, not only is it real time, but it's also free flight combat. No more linear. Oh, that was really fast. No more linear stages like in Star Fox 1, which is a very like level to level game. This one kind of lets you have control of your own way of playing it. So as you can see, I'm playing as Miu and Falco. Miu is a new character. I think she's a Lynx. I like the fact that her ship is one of the fastest. And I got Falco as my backup co-pilot in case I die. And basically when I play the levels, I'm only playing as Miu. But here, so you can, in these levels, this is just open space. There's no longer this sort of like linear level design where you're fighting enemies, you know, in like on like a track. I'm doing pretty terrible right now, to be honest, as I'm like attempting to explain all of this. Okay, let's take care of these guys real fast. So it's a bit like the original Star Wars Battlefront games, where you're literally just in open space with other ships, and you can just target them at will. You have lock-on firing. You have like analog, just manual fire. You can do barrel rolls and like turns and banks and all kinds of stuff, and it's really sweet. Not to mention that as you're playing these sections, um, you're constantly the time is passing outside of the level. So it might be that you're in the middle of this section, and like you'll get a message from Pepper that says, you know, that Corneria has been attacked while you were away. So it could be that you're like in the middle of a firefight, and maybe a member of Starwolf shows up. Maybe, you know, another missile gets fired that you weren't able to stop because you were in the middle of a firefight. And I think that's really sweet. Um, so here's another level. I'm like speeding through this really fast. Um, this is like another form of level where I'm going inside of a like battle cruiser. Also very like reminiscent of like when you can fly into the enemy ships in Star Wars Battlefront here, and here's how this level works out. You can turn your ship into a walker, which allows you to run around freely, free aim, and fight on foot. And this later, even though this game never got released, this game, this like part of the game was repurposed in Starfox Zero for the Wii U, really recently. It's kind of surprising that it didn't get used again until like that recently. But it really has kind of gone down in history as like a weird gaming section, or like a gaming segment, because most of the time in Star Fox you think about like flying around and shooting guys, but this is a game where half the time you spend on the ground is like a mobile walker, which I actually kind of love these segments. They're pretty fun. And so I've just destroyed all the enemies in the ship, and I've got to get to the ship's core, which is this right here. And it's going to totally get laggy here in a second. But so every ship has a core, and you basically just have to destroy it to, you know, disable the ship and free up that section of the planet map. So this whole game, instead of, you know, doing like the levels thing, you exist on a planet map, and you can fly around freely within that planet map and attack whatever you want. Ships, you can free planets, you can like what else? You can fight members of Starwolf, which were first introduced here. Starwolf is you know, became famous in Star Fox 64, but this was actually their debut. And you can kind of just choose to go however you want, except the big objective is to protect planet Corneria down here where the mothership is, and there's these missiles that are constantly advancing towards your position, and you have to stop them from hitting the planet. And they're not always missiles, like as you can see, this is like a fighter squadron as opposed to like a series of missiles. And I guess the idea is that they're like carrying a payload of some sort, or you know, oh, here we go. Or, you know, they're going to attack the planet themselves. But either way, it's like one of those, they're all just represented by missiles on the monitor, but it's not really necessarily that. So every time you encounter like a blip on the map, it could be something really different, which I think is cool. Alright, let's see what else we gotta do. I'm not sure what's going on Macbeth. I've not seen that before. The campaign's always a bit different each time you play it. Yeah, I want to make sure of something real fast. I do want to make sure. I did select hard mode, right? Okay, yeah, I got hard mode. I was like watching the video, like I really hope I didn't screw up and like select a different mode. Here we go. Let's go to Fortuna. There we go. Okay, it was a missile launching. I was like, I've never seen that missile icon with the countdown before. All right, so here we go. First, first member of Starwolf. Starfox is, you know, your team, led by Fox McCloud. And then Starwolf is sort of the enemy mercenary team hired by Andross to take you down. They're, you know, famous in Star Fox 64. But in here, they're mini-bosses, which I think is really cool. Oh, there we go. There's Pepper giving me a notification of something that happened in real time outside of my, like, sort of frame of view. Like, while I'm in the level, something was happening outside, you know, with the missiles. Luckily, he can shoot down missiles himself from a satellite. So Andrew's down. That was pretty easy. I think Andrew's the easiest one. He normally shows up first. He's, if I remember right, I think he's Andross's nephew. I don't know. I've seen A Fox in Space, and that's a good cartoon. So, and that's what he is in that cartoon. But that's kind of a loose interpretation. By the way, anybody who's watching this now or who watches it later, whoever, totally go watch A Fox in Space. It is a good time. Basically, it's just, what if Star Fox was a late night Adult Swim TV show? And the creator is a really hard working guy who's trying to make it into like an indie series, and I really love it. Okay, here's where it gets really laggy. Jeez. Okay, so there's an underwater base, and I have to hit these switches to make it so that the main gate opens. So let's see, I got one target down. Go into flight mode. It says there's another target over here. Okay, on that platform. On that ship. Oh, geez, it's a moving ship? Okay, okay. Alright. No wonder it's so hard to stay on foot. You got like sea legs. Okay, that's target 2. I think there's one more. Oh no, it opened. Okay, good. Alright, so into the underwater base. And I believe I set him on Fortuna. Yeah? Yeah, this is Fortuna. Let's see. I think I have to be in walker mode to go underwater, otherwise you just skip across the surface. So these underwater bases are a lot like the sort of big hubs when you go into the like big destroyer ships. They're sort of a similar layout and same idea. You're destroying like a reactor on the inside. Oh yeah, and you swim like a little frog. I always thought that was kind of cute. So again, it's weird. This is my first Starfox game, and it's funny to me that, I would start with this one, the like sort of black sheep of the whole series. 'Cause it's definitely really different, and it's funny because a lot of people either love it or hate it. Like I was watching a Cinemassacre Mike and Ryan video on it recently, and they played it on an emulator, and really didn't like it, and I was super surprised because a lot of people think this is like the best Starfox game, and because it's really advanced. I mean, for the time, I think it's the most advanced Starfox game to ever come out. Oh my gosh, I'm just reading these O Fortuna comments. And so they really hated it, and then some other people absolutely love it. I really love it, honestly. I think this is a great game. So the reason it never got released, or at least the supposed reason, Shigeru Miyamoto was working on both the releases for the SNES and N64 at the same time. So you had Star Fox 64, which was currently in development for the N64 and was going to come out soon. Then you had Star Fox 2, which was basically finished and coming out for the SNES. And I guess Shigeru Miyamoto noticed that it was a bit of a pattern for game companies with, like the release of the PlayStation 1. And let's see, what else was out? Was the Dreamcast out at that point? Maybe. But he was realizing that developers tend to kind of leave behind their previous console when they get to the next iteration. They don't make new games for like console A and B at the same time. They'll just focus on whatever the newest one is. And so he was like, well, screw it. We'll just, cancel Star Fox 2. And we'll just go with Star Fox 64 as our next Star Fox game, which is really disappointing because it sounds like a lot of people had already heard about it before it came out, and that's gotta bum them out, right? Oh, whoops, my stream got stuck. Alright, am I still good? I hope I'm still good. I got the stream open on the other screen and I'm just all nervous that it's like bugging out. Because it's been bugging out for the last hour. And I worry that it's going to keep doing it and it's just going to get stuck or some nonsense. Because that's kind of what happened before. But it looks like it's alright. Okay, it's cool, it's cool. It's a bit weird because I've got my computer I'm recording this with hooked up via an Ethernet cable. And then I've got this just wirelessly, watching it. And so there's a bit of a lag on this one. Okay, sweet. So far, Cornelia's got 0 damage, and I've gotten pretty good at that. I've beaten this campaign a couple times now. Okay, so here we go. What do I need to go to next? That base is free, Battleship, and... gosh, I can't ever say this. Eladard? Oh, but here comes Starwolf. Sup, guys? I think they're gonna catch us. I'd like to try. Oh no, I think they got us. I think Starwolf is gonna pop out. Yeah. It's Pigma. Okay. Pigma's not too bad. So here we go. Let's fight Pigma. So this game, I guess let's put out some more history on this game, because I've kind of been zooming through this so fast, I don't really have a time to talk about, like, the nuance of some of the levels. I believe it's by Argonaut Games. Argonaut Games developed the first Starfox, and the kind of mastermind behind the whole thing was this guy named Dylan Cuthbert. And Dylan Cuthbert was just a programmer who had a big concentration on fully 3D games, because fully 3D games didn't really exist at the time. So, what is it? You had stuff like F-Zero was out, and Pilot Wings was a thing. And so, both of those games use Mode 7 on the Super Nintendo cartridges to create the illusion of full 3D, and like Mario Kart does it, the original Mario Kart. And there's a few other games, but those are the only like famous ones I can think of. Like racing games did it a lot. Excuse me? Yo! Leon's here. Crap, dude. 2 members of Starwolf back to back. I guess I'll just take him out. This will be easy. So his whole concentration was on like making fully 3D games, which hadn't really been done before. I'm gonna use my item real fast. I'm about to die, so check this out. You get these little like bi-wings that hang out on the side of your aircraft and heal you if you use your health item, which is on the lower left. Which I really like, the fact that you can use these items just freely, and you can get like other items that are weapons. You can get items that are health packs or bonuses for your health. There's even Star Fox is famous for having the voice lines, and Star Fox, 2 also has the ones where like you'll pick up a weapon and a little voice in the background will say, "That's a weapon," in like a really sort of like bit crunched 3D voice. What was I saying? But Dylan Cuthbert was like really big on creating 3D games, and it was kind of his dream to create a fully 3D game. And his first accomplishment was creating this game called X on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and it was a Japanese exclusive. And he's dead. Not Dylan Cuthbert, that guy. And so, yeah, Leon's here. I do think of Squall from Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. Holy crap, dude. Look at all these missiles. This is really bad. So, oh, and this is a weird one. So he created this game called X on the Game Boy, which was really cool, and it's a bit like Star Fox. It's kind of got that wireframed rendered style. And I think it was a bit more of like a tank game. I don't know the exact game itself, because it was a Japanese exclusive for the Game Boy. Oh, jeez. Gotta be evasive with this guy. And so after that, he was talking about making sort of like an action game for the... there we go. Jeez, I got nervous. They can get away, by the way. They can escape. You can be outmaneuvered by this, and they'll totally, get away and continue attacking the planet. Okay, so, oh gosh, Cornelia's going to get hit hard if I don't do this. So after he made X, Shigeru Miyamoto approached him and his team and were like, yo, can you make a fully 3D SNES game? Show me a proof of concept. And so he made a sort of Star Fox style shooter that that worked, but only ran at 3 frames a second, which is freaking crazy and unplayable, basically. Let's see, I got some notifications. Sorry about that. I'm totally pausing just for a second. posting another link. There we go. So, anyways, so they were like, yo, so it's possible, like, you can make a, you know, fully 3D game on the SNES, but it's going to run wicked slow. It's not going to run well at all. And, he's like, well, what if you had some better hardware? And, so they got some guys from Cambridge, I believe, and they developed, oh, crap. Sorry, Pepper. And they got some guys from Cambridge together and developed the Super Effects chip for the SNES, and basically made it possible to create fully 3D games, but just really simple ones, using a lot of, you know, tricks that. Oh, okay, I gotta. Been captured, recovered. Oh crap, dude, this is really bad. Oh man, I'm definitely not gonna match my high score on this campaign. And so they developed the Super Effects chip, and that allowed them to make fully 3D game. Which was the original Starfox. And so the idea was that they were going to continue with development on the Super Effects chip and create a Super Effects chip 2, which would be even faster, that would be designed for Starfox 2 exclusively, to make sure that it had really smooth frame rates, and could, you know, handle these more advanced 3D scenes, which, you know, look a bit clunky especially. I mean, this game was cleaned up by fans. This copy that I'm playing is like one of the best fan cleanups I've seen, by Retro Gamer Ryan, who I should say, he included this manual and everything. This is a fully fledged manual. Like this actually works, which I think is amazing. And he's actually like written like full character bios and stuff. Like look at this. It's so cool, and it comes in this like case and everything. Obviously a labor of love, and I really enjoy the fact that he put it together. Holy crap, I've never done this one. What? Whoa. Ho. This is new. Alright, man. This is really freaking... Don't die. Alright, that's one. Wow, dude, I have never seen this base. Just goes to show that it's different every time. I've played this game 3 times on hard, and I've never seen this. Wow. Okay, I gotta slow down. Oh dang, what is this? Get my butt kicked. I gotta concentrate, this is rough. So that's my target, it says. Do I have to like blow this up? I assume. Let me use an item. I need to heal really bad. So yeah, anyways, the whole thing about the Super Effects Chip 2 is basically the idea that it's unknown how well it would have performed, and pretty much any sort of recreation or, you know, reproduction copy is just sort of a guesstimation of like how well it would have been. Okay, I got that guy. Jeez, dude. Crap, okay. No! Okay. This is really tough. I've never done this stage. Hard mode is living up to its name. Alright, here we go. What is that dragon looking dude? Okay, got that. Got more shield. So what's missing? Real puzzle, this one. Usually it's pretty straightforward, like just stand on a switch or blow up some guys, but this one definitely ain't as easy as it would appear. Oh, okay, did a switch appear? Okay, good. I was gonna say, man, I got no clue what to do if I can't figure out, you know, this bit of the puzzle. I'm hoping this lets me in. Okay, good. Lets me in. Oh, if From Software made a Star Fox game? That'd be pretty wicked. I feel like the Star Fox formula needs a shakeup at this point. Oh gosh, can I make it in here? Because I think Star Fox Zero did just okay. I would love to see some like darker Star Fox. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at all this. It is freaking Doom. Look at it. Burp. Straight up, I've never seen this. Is that a mini boss? What? Like, I'm experiencing this for the first time. I had no idea. And he's got a skull on him. Yeah, this is totally Doom. I don't know why I've not seen this level before. The base was just different when I got here the first time. Wow, and he's actually freaking tough. Night Knack. Take you down. Okay. Come on, man. Alright. That should be it. I don't want to touch that lava, but I should be able to snag that. Oh, I touched the lava anyway. Dang it, dude. Oh, okay, I got some health back. That's good. Are there any secrets? Oh, that was a secret. That peppercoin. Peppercoin. There's a bunch of secret coins with General Pepper's face on them around the stages, which is a cool collectible, but I'm not going for it. I think you can only get 100% completion on hard mode if you collect them all. But it just kind of sucks because you spend a lot of time like wandering around just trying to find them because they move about, you know, every stage. And some are in like secret walls and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not taking the time for it. That's a bit too much for me, to be honest. All right, there we go. That's another base down. Nice. So I haven't died yet. Knock on wood. Head for Corneria and ready Planikin. Alright, so here we go. It's escalating. So we've got one ship that's really close. I haven't teleported yet. You can hop in the mothership and teleport, which is really cool. And it's a nice trick. Somebody was pointing out that to me before I started. They were like, yo, don't forget the freaking warp jump teleport thing. And I have been, so. Oh, holy crap. This really is a squadron. So you can definitely see when the lag spikes happen. And it's when there's a lot of enemies on screen. In this case, I'm fighting like a whole squadron of guys. And it really is lagging it out. Oh, jeez, man. This is genuinely getting tough. Like I'm surprised that the difficulty spiked this time around, because it's not always this tough. Like it varies, because of the randomization in certain aspects of the levels. It's like the guys that you're fighting, or you know. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, another IPBM. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Alright, so here we go. There's the ship. I don't even... so the fun thing is, for these levels, you can engage in dogfights outside the ship if you want. Because, again, just like Star Wars Battlefront, you can just fly around and fight enemy ships outside. I guess if you needed power-ups or if you wanted to farm, you could. But generally, you don't have to farm in this game because power-ups tend to be so plentiful. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'll probably use up all of these hearts and end up getting something, like, immediately after. It's pretty chill. Alright, let's run through. Oh, is there a boss in here? I feel like there's gonna be. Yeah, there's one big red dot on the monitor. It's totally like a tank boss. Or a mini boss. Let's see how bad he is. Where'd you go? Oh, jeez, okay. Here we go. Oh, just got a button mash, honestly. Oh, it is a tank. Holy crap. Oh. Okay, good. That was quick. Okay, the door's open. And he left me a little shield upgrade. Or no, well, I don't need it because it's full. But, let's see. I assume it's just going to be another generator that I blow up in here. Yeah. So something that makes me laugh about these. Oh, little eye holes on the wall. Eye hole man's been here. I'm the eye hole man. No one can have eye holes but me. Let go of my eye holes. There we go. So I always think it's funny that these big generators that you blow up, the little defense systems always shoot like little Cheerio shaped blasts, which is really funny because like it's it makes me think of Metroid. Metroid 1 and Super Metroid, I think both do that. When you're going on like the final like Mother Brain stretch, the defense system turns on and it fires like these little Cheerios at you. And that's what I always used to say as a kid. I was like, look, it's shooting Cheerios. And now when I play this, I'm like, hey, look, it's Cheerios. I guess I should explain the flight controls a bit more as well while I'm at it. So you have 4 buttons at your disposal, or actually more. You have 6 buttons. So you can steer yourself, but you can press B to accelerate with that little burst you can see of speed. Or no, A or Y to accelerate. B to fire. If you hold it, you can do a charge shot. I'm not even firing at anything. I really should be going after this guy. And what is it? A to slow down, and X to use an item, and then L and R to bank. And then if you double tap L or double tap R, you can do like a you can do barrel roll, just like in Star Fox 64. I don't know if there was barrel rolls in Star Fox 1. I've never played it, so it's funny to me that I'm asking all these questions. Like, I wonder if this is a thing in Star Fox. I'm like, well, people who play Star Fox would know, but not me. I've played this one repro copy, and that's it. Literally nothing else. Of course, now I want to play Star Fox 1 because this game is great. I always kind of blew off Star Fox 1 as being a game that, didn't seem like a lot of fun just because of the visual style. And I always considered it to be, like, too tough. I gotta reload the page real fast. Stream got stuck. Am I good? Make sure. I hope I'm good. Alright, cool. Let's... Oh, nice! Crap, dude. Pepper, that was a long shot. I really should be using the warp jump at this point. I don't know why I'm not. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is pretty freaking sweet. I like that when you get into these battles where there's like a big cruiser. Oh, and there's mines too. And you can fight these bigger cruisers with like better weapons, and you have to be a bit more evasive. It's a lot of freaking fun. Like, I just can't get over how much fun this game is, at least on the SNES. I mean, emulators I can understand if it's a bit tougher, but I just really like the way this game controls and plays. It's really sweet. Oh, crap. No! Ah, dang it. Well, I gotta fight for the base again. Let's see. It's always hard to see the targets. Well, never mind. Easy. But yeah, I always kind of blew off Star Fox 1 as, like, a game that just wasn't worth playing because the visuals, like, messed me up so bad. I was like, it's not fun. It doesn't look fun, so it must not be fun. But it looks like it actually is. Like, now that I've played this, And it's not about the visual style, it's just about how smooth it controls. And that's the thing, this game controls wicked smooth. Um, yeah, dude, Cody, it's a ton of fun. This game is freaking great. Oh, dude, we're already... Okay, oh, he's sending this thing. His nice little skull ship, planet destroyer, MacGuffin, whatever. And I think Wolf is coming after me now, finally. So first... see if I can get to the mothership. I want to teleport to the asteroid field, which is good. And then I can quickly get to this planet. Or unless Wolf gets to me first. Or these guys. Lock-on honestly is like one of the best mechanics of this game. It unfortunately makes it a bit easy. But you can see how quickly I'm just locking onto these guys and just blasting them with like one lock-on hit and like one regular hit. So you don't have to be that accurate. It feels like it genuinely is a game that that could use a bit more difficulty, I think. Is Wolf gonna come after me? That little flashing beacon is him, so I don't know why he's not going after me. He's going after the planet. It's a bit weird. Yeah, dude. Oh crap, I'm not paying attention. I was reading comments. Oh, I like this one. It's like a city environment. It's really cool. There's only one switch. Oh, that's right. Isn't it like in the hands of a creature or something? King Dodora? Yeah, it totally sounds like a Godzilla villain. Yeah, well, so this particular Starfox was never released, but Starfox 1 would have been freaking sick. Or Starfox 64, which I still need to play, which is sort of the quintessential Starfox, so to speak. I was never like... When I was a kid, I had an NES, but I got it as a hand-me-down, and I kind of like grew up seeing the N64 come out. I guess, did cartridges for like Super Nintendo, were they ever offered in like rental stores like Blockbuster? Because I can never think of, you know, if that was actually a thing, because I never saw it. I saw like N64 cartridges, I think, but never any earlier than that did I ever know of cartridges, you know, existing in like rental stores, but I assume they must have. Yeah, isn't that boss sick? I actually really like it. Straight up like a fire-breathing mech dragon. It's really cool. But yeah, like I had a friend at work, this guy Burton, who I work with, was saying that he used to rent Sonic CD, and like a Sega CDX to play it on, from rental stores. So I must assume that, you know, old cartridges were a thing at rental stores. I don't know if Blockbuster had them. I don't know if Blockbuster was a thing at that point in time. Oh, you jerk. I like this one. It's just a button on a spindle. Like, there's no real challenge to it other than just jump on it. Oh, but speaking of dragons, so if you tuned in early enough, there was that dragon that was in the opening title, which looks like a really sweet boss, and he is, but guess what? He only appears in normal difficulty. Where did my parents buy Duck Hunt? Dude, I don't know, like, see, I've never gone to the store and purchased a cartridge, like, you know, in the time that it was released. Did I just walk through fire? Whatever. Yeah, I never went to the store and like bought a Nintendo or SNES cartridge or even an N64 cartridge like when they were available in the stores, and we just like came across them. Like people just sold them to us in yard sales, or we got them from my cousin or whatever. I don't know. You can't prove to me that NES cartridges don't just manifest out of thin air. Oh, what was I saying though? Yeah, so that dragon that's in the opening of the game, it's kind of weird because it is a boss in this game, but it's only in easy mode, which I think is silly. It's so weird that they tease it in the opening cutscene as like this mega boss, and it's like, guess what? It's only for easy mode players. It's like, why though? It looks so cool. It looks so like badass and tough. Like I'd love to fight that thing, but I haven't because I like playing on hard mode. Because I feel like hard mode on this game is like normal. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, like genuinely. I just feel like hard mode is not hard enough. I've only ever come close to death like once. And I don't know, maybe I'm just good at this game for some reason, but I mean, I don't think so. Like, I've never played Starfox before this, so why should I be good at it? Oh, I missed that peppercorn. Missed that peppercorn. Magical artifacts, kind of like Five Guys burgers. Where do they come from? Jeez, dude. I don't know where Five Guys comes from. I think in the back of every Five Guys, there's just like, it's like that episode of Space Dandy where there's like the mystical, magical ramen from another dimension, where they don't make ramen. It just comes through a portal at the back of the restaurant, and it's just that good that, you know, people accept that they must cook it. But I think Five Guys just gets their burgers delivered through a portal, and that's where they really come from. Oh, I love this level, because check it out. There's like flying space debris that you have to avoid, and that I always freaking run into because I want to put on the thrusters. Alright, I'm going to try and wrap this up faster, because I'm realizing... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Don't crash. Don't crash, no! Oh gosh. Where did you learn to fly? Oh my gosh, I'm burning up. Oh, and there's a boss. Great. Okay, let's pop out the health packs. Dude, believe it. Five Guys is, it's a conspiracy. I mean, it's not one that I'd, you know, I'd freaking spread around, because, I mean, who wants to shut down Five Guys? It's so good. Who cares if their burgers are from another dimension? If anything, that's only more, that's better. Oh, crap, dude. Getting run over by this guy. Come on, open up your big shield doors. Alright. Got him. Took a crazy hit, but got him. Alright. Oh. Reload the stream. Alright, sweet. Every once in a while it just turns off. Oh, thanks, Pepper. Freaking, I missed another missile, whatever. Alright, let's blast these last few levels. Because the more the thing is about this game, the fact that it gives you the chance to, like, you know, do things at your own pace, but the fact that you're living in a real-time universe makes it so that stuff can be happening while you're wasting time. So, when I waste time chilling out and reloading the stream and responding to comments, like, missiles are still hitting Corneria, which I think is really funny. I love that Pepper, like, messages me, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, stop it! Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta take out that ship. Take out the ship. Take out the ship. Go, 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 go. I'm definitely not gonna get my record for, Ooh! Okay. Yeah, it's got one of those big cannons on it. Jeez. Okay, let's freaking blast towards this ship. Yeah, look at that cannon. That's sweet. Taking that thing out. Alright. So, there's a lot of debate from people... Oh, crap! Don't hit the walls. Lander mode. So there's a lot of debate from people about what the SNES Classic version of this game is going to be like. So this game, if you don't know, is coming out on the SNES Classic, which is releasing this fall. And it's the follow-up to the NES Classic, the little mini NES console that Nintendo released and, immediately became so scarce that you couldn't buy one. We have one at the office at work that my boss managed to get because he was willing to pay the, $200 that they were charging on eBay for them. But people are wondering, what's going to happen with the SNES Classic now, because on the SNES Classic, they're offering the finished version of this game. Now, this game, the version that I'm playing right now, is a fan translation and cleanup of the final beta, which means basically that the game is done. Like, everything that needs to be in the game for it to be finished is here. Which is great, which means that you can play it from start to finish with basically no worries. I mean, there's a few bugs, but nothing major. It's the final beta. Basically, right before release, this is what you would be getting. And so, but the guy who I believe is in charge of the finished version, because they did finish the game, it's just, that version didn't get leaked. The final beta got leaked by the guy who owned that, or who had the last copy of that. There is a final version of this game out there, and apparently there's stuff different about it, and it's unknown what is different about it, but the guy who has the copy of it, that is the, canon copy, air quotes, has stated that, his copy is the one that will be released, and that there is stuff in it that doesn't appear in this one. So, either stuff they added or changed, I'm not sure. But from the first alpha of this game to the final beta, there's been a lot of changes, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's some big mechanic that they add, that wasn't there originally, and it appears in the SNES Classic version. So I'm really curious, and you might be asking, well, if that's coming out, why even bother, paying money for a burned copy of this now? Why should I buy a repro copy of this, a fan copy, when the final, canon release is going to happen in, just a number of months? And my answer to that is, Nintendo's been really bad about these DMCA takedowns. I gotta reload the page again. I know the stream is still running, I just like being able to see, to make sure that it's running cleanly. Okay, Wolf, freaking let me fight you. Oh, it's not Wolf. It's another boss. Oh, it's this thing. Okay. So, Nintendo's been really bad about these, it's not a DMCA takedown, is it? It's, a cease and desist takedown. That they've been doing whenever there's a fan project or anything related to fans selling reproduction Nintendo products, classic Nintendo products. Nintendo will occasionally step in and stop them legally and tell them, stop, you can't do that, and they're within their right to do that. There's no reason that they can't. It's their product. Why can't they tell kids on the internet who are maybe ripping them off for cash that they can't do that? But they've kind of just been stingy about it. There's that fan project of Metroid 2, which I thoroughly enjoy and really like, and Nintendo took that down within a day of its release. There was the Pokemon Prism ROM hack, which was a great fan project that also got taken down within a day of its release. And I'm worried that Nintendo tends to only interrupt these projects. Getting text messages. Nintendo tends to only take down these, fan projects or fan releases when it interferes with a current scheduled or released game. The Metroid takedown ended up being because, it turns out Nintendo is working on their own Metroid 2 remake, which is coming out later this year, and on 3DS, and oh, I did it. Yo, final mission time. Let's do this. Got him right where we want him. I think we teleport now. Yeah. Oh no, we gotta fight Wolf first. Like, you know, they took down the Metroid game because, you know, it ended up being that they were working on their own new Metroid stuff, and they didn't want that to interfere with it. You know, a fan project that contradicts like the current canon of Metroid. You know, there was a new Pokemon game coming out. Meanwhile, there's fan projects of, you know, ROM hacks, Pokemon Prism, and all that stuff, and you know, that could affect like the current release of like new Pokemon if they, you know, develop something that's getting more attention or drawing fan attention away from like the current canon game. So I can understand that, you know, they take that stuff down, but I'm worried. Voice crack. I'm worried. I'm worried that you know, the release of this game, the official release of this game, is going to interrupt any, you know, sales of copies like this. You know, you know, this is an actual fan copy and it's a physical copy, and I love it and it's amazing. But I worry that there's going to be issues with that. That, you know, the fans are going to get in trouble for making these repro copies when the real version comes out, because they'll say, you know, you're drawing attention away from our official release. You're encouraging people not to buy an SNES Classic, which I would kind of agree with a little bit. I mean, I can definitely say that I'm considering not buying an SNES Classic, or even attempting to, because I own a physical copy of this game. The only thing that still draws me to the idea is the fact that, you know, the actual canon version of this game is going to be released on it, and I'm curious to see what that's like, or even if it's playable, you know, on any, you know, any. I should stop talking and concentrate. Holy crap, I'm getting beat up. Secret. I knew that was back here. And it makes me curious, you know, how the final canon version is going to be, and it makes me want to play it and try it. And you know, maybe I will buy an SNES Classic just to see what it's like, but I have this copy, and so that definitely deters me from, you know, potentially buying one. So I can see why they would want to take it down with some sort of, you know, legal notice that says that, you know, that Retro Gamer Ryan can't sell his repro copies anymore. Like, I totally understand that from their point of view. It just sucks. Like, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, it sucks, but it does. Let's see. So this is the final base. I should start kind of talking more about the game. Ah, crap. So I've got one extra health pack. I gotta make it all the way through this thing. They do drop the occasional blue health pack like these, which refill my shields, but I just gotta be careful. So this is the final base. This is like Andross's, you know, secret hideout lair, whatever, you know. Basically, I've got to get to the center of it so I can fight Andross in the form of a giant floating head, like always. For some reason, I've never understood this in the canon of Starfox, but Andross, he's supposed to be like this, like cybernetically enhanced gorilla, right? Or like an ape. And so that makes sense. Everybody's animals. But it's weird to me that they would portray him in the final boss fight as like a giant floating head. What the heck? It's like a giant floating head, because I'm like, what is that though? Like, is that a ship that he has that's shaped like a floating head, and that's just, you know, what it looks like? Or does he actually transform into that? Like, in one game, he turns into like a giant brain, and that was really freaky. And it's just weird. It's like, I don't know what he actually looks like. Is he a gorilla? Like, is he... You know, these weird forms. I don't know. What's under here? I don't want these. I want the health packs, man. I don't want these bombs. I prefer the health packs because they make the game easier. Should I get them? Quick, vote. Tell me. I'm in this room with these items. These items are weapons. They're like bombs. Should I get them, or should I stick with my current item, which I only have one of, but it's an extra health pack that'll give me all my health back if I happen to lose it. And the final boss fight's coming up, so do I get super bombs, which are really good against the final boss, or do I get health items? Ah! Okay, we're doing health. That's honestly a pretty good... Gosh. Yeah, okay, here we go. We're doing health. Democracy wins again. Alright, here we go. I think this is the door to the generator. Yeah, dude, look at that freaking super sweet skull graphic on it. Okay, we're getting ready for final boss time. So this is something that I think is going to end up being different about the final game. Like, because, you know, if anything is different about the, you know, final beta to, like, the final version of the game, you would assume it would be something nearer to the end of the game, right? Blake is honorary Jeff Goldblum of the evening. Oh no, look, it's Andros, the cube. Again, like, what is he? Like, that? It's his face on cube. But is that him? It acts like it is. When I shoot it, it makes screamy sounds, but I'm like, is he in there? Like, is it some sort of ship? Like, what's the deal? And then I follow it down this, like, long Death Star tube. Okay, so this is the part that I think is going to be different in the final version. So you're shooting at this cube, and that's all well and good, right? And then this giant, like, sort of space face comes in. And again, that's all well and good, but it transforms throughout the boss fight. And when you see what it transforms into, it just doesn't look finished. Like, you can't really see the features of the face. And, oh yeah, see there? It, like, clipped through like an invisible plane. That was something that was weird, too. Okay, so I gotta keep an eye on my health. If I die, then I have to start the mission over, but I'll start as my co-pilot. So unless I use this health item to save myself, I'm in some deep, you know, deep water. Yeah, maybe he is like an AI thing. I've never really considered it. I like the canon of, you know, there's the internet show A Fox in Space where he is just like a guy. And I like the way he acts and looks in there. So check out this sprite. Like, look what's in front of me. You can see like a weird glowy eye kind of glowing, and when I shoot him, you can see his face flash for a second. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that weird? So I can't tell if that's intentional. It's supposed to be like spooky that you only see his face like flash for a second, or if it's on purpose. Oh, did I do it? I think I did it. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even have to use the health item, dude. Wow. Yeah, so see, this game, I don't know. I didn't have to practice very much to get good at it. I don't even know if I'd say I'm like extremely good. But it's like really easy to kind of speed through once you've like kind of messed around with it a bit. I was literally like not even paying attention, and I beat the final boss like that fast. Yeah, it is creepy. You think it's on purpose, Alessandro? It is creepy. I think it's totally spooky that he's just like a floating like glowing eye and like a mouth, and then when you shoot, like his real face flashes. That's super spooky. Huh. No big deal. What are you talking about? Puh. Yo, and here's the whole squad. I like how they also have like little voice lines like, yeah, we did it. Like, I like Slippy. Slippy's got a good voice. Hey, it's me, Slippy. I didn't choose him because in this game he flies in like a bomber, and I'm not a big fan of the bomber. As like a co-pilot vehicle. I like the fast ships, that's why I got Miyu and Falco. Faye also has a fast ship. The two girl characters, I think, are the two fastest characters, which I actually think is really cool that they encourage, you know, that kind of like selection. Here we go. Yeah, beat the game. I can put the controller away. Yeah, it was Argonaut Games. Nintendo of America, Takeya Imamura, Dan Olsen. Yeah, so there we go. So there's that Andros face, and this is a pre-rendered cutscene. So I would assume that that actually is what he's supposed to look like, a floating glowing eye and a mouth and a nose. I mean, it's in a pre-rendered cutscene, so I mean, why not? The end. And let's see what my score was, how I ranked. This is my third time playing this campaign. So Corneria got 15% damage, but I took out everything. Minus the pepper coins, I got every single thing else 100%. Oh, okay. So I got second out of the 3 playthroughs. That top score is when I played like last week, in which I finished the game with like 0 damage to Corneria and like everything was 100%. And now I'm just below that. And that third one is the very first time I played on hard. I'll just put in my name. I love this little. That's so sick. All right, man. Well, that's it. That's the game. That's Star Fox 2 on hard. It's got a lot of replay value because, like, as I was saying, you know, it's different every time you play it. Uh, that's about it. I guess we'll do more of these. I'm gonna archive all these in a playlist. Because I've set it up so that these will get archived as videos. As long as they don't go over 3 hours, which is fine by me. I don't think I have any streams that'll go over 3 hours. But I'll put them in a playlist, and I guess they'll just be my own little thing. For whoever tunes into them. Anyways, that's all, folks. See you. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.